Hello and welcome to Bits Box World, Builds Made Easy. Hi, I'm Tom and I'm going to be painting up some High Elf war machines. I've had these models for years and years and they've just sat in a box just with a black spray undercoat, and it's time to change that. I've made a decision that any battles that I play in the old world, I'm going to only use painted models, and I've got tons of models sitting in boxes and carry cases that just need some treatment, some colouring and some painting. So with that said then, let's crack on. The technique that I'm using is called slap chop. I'm going to use Administratum Grey and White Scar just as a dry brush over a black undercoat. And this, the way that I do this, I kind of twist my hand as I'm going down, but only dry brushing down the model, so it leaves a nice generous highlight in the creases of fabrics and other areas. I also have been painting my High Elves in this nice Imperial Fist yellow. This is a contrast paint from Citadel Paints. You can pick that up at Games Workshop. But I have also fallen in love with speed paints in general. Having all my models painted on the battlefield just looks awesome. And certainly these models that I'm painting today, they've been sat in a box for 10 years. And anyone that's been around the hobby for a while, just comment below. Are you like me? Do you just build stuff and then it just gets played with a couple of times and then sits in a box? Or are you one of those good ones that paints everything that you build? But there we go. I really do like High Elves, and they've been my army of choice since 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy. And now with Warhammer the Old World being out, I've gone back to my roots, and I'm just getting everything sorted for some games I've got coming up. So I just wanted to have a bit of a chat about the rules for these and just see how they've changed since 8th edition, which was the last version that I had played. With the repeater bolt thrower then, this was a great thing for the High Elves. They were really robust, they were great troop killers and also great deterrents for things like knights or even monsters. They were very versatile in the fact that they were a repeater bolt thrower, so they could either fire 6 shots at strength 4 with armor piercing at a range of 48 inches, which is really far, or they could fire 1 bolt at strength 6, and this would go through ranks. So as long as you killed the first guy, you would be able to move through to the 2nd rank and then the 3rd and 4th and so on. The bolt would become less strong as it went through ranks, so it would start off at strength 6 and then go strength 5, strength 4 and so on. And it was really good for getting a really awesome shot at like a monstrous beast. It did D3 wounds at each rank that it hit, which was excellent. And yeah, really loved them with the elf ballistic skill, which was ballistic skill 4. They were hitting most things on 3s at short range. Really useful and a great deterrent. The crew also in 8th edition, they had always strikes first, which was sort of a High Elf rule for everybody. I really miss that rule, but I do understand it's a bit jammy, always being able to strike first, even when things charge you. Now, in the old world, they do differ a little bit, and yeah, I just wanted to cover that. So they are 80 points in the old world. So for 10 extra points, I hear you shouting at the screen, what do I get for 10 extra points? Well, they're still a repeater bolt thrower, but they've actually made repeater bolt throwers a little bit worse. So they get 3 shots plus D3 shots, so a maximum of 6, which is great, but a minimum of 4. They are strength 4 and they're -1 to your AP, your armor. So yeah, they've got armor piercing in that way. They also get the heavy bolt as well, which is coming up as strength 6. So very similar to 8th edition. But I've noticed something amazing with the heavy bolts now. Absolutely amazing. They come with this rule called through and through. So I'm going to read it and then see if you agree with my interpretation. It says, a bolt thrower shot can cut through several ranks of troops if the target of a bolt thrower is a formed unit of any type, be it close order, open order, and so on. And if the roll to hit is successful, the shot causes 1 hit per rank, including the rear rank, even if it is incomplete, if the bolt thrower lies in the unit's front or rear arc. 1 hit per file if the bolt thrower lies in the unit's flank arc. However, a bolt can quickly lose power as it passes through armor and flesh. To represent this, the bolt thrower suffers a -1 modifier to its strength characteristic for each hit after the first. Note that should the strength of a hit be reduced to 0, it has no effect and no further hits are caused. So, the way that I'm interpreting that is that it hits every rank that it can see and it keeps on going. It doesn't stop if it doesn't kill the first guy. It keeps on going. Is that a bit jammy? But there we go. So the first guy, it goes through and it kills him. And then it's at strength 6, and then it goes into the next rank at strength 5, doesn't kill that guy, but it goes through into the next rank, hits them at strength 4 and kills that guy, and then goes into the next one, strength 3 and doesn't kill that one, but then goes into the next one and strength 2 and kills that one, and so on. Is that me being a bit jammy with my interpretation? Let me know in the comments below, and if that is true, that is awesome. That makes the single bolt just absolutely excellent. That sort of makes up for it being 10 points more in the old world than it was in 8th edition, and also the loss of always strikes first and the poorer multi-shot as well, but it kind of makes it worth it based on that new heavy bolt. That's my interpretation anyway. Moving on to the elven chariots then, the Tyrionic chariots. These were pulled by elven steeds, they were crewed by 2 crew members, and they were 70 points in 8th edition. They would get D6 impact hits at strength 5, which was really good, and they had 2 charioteers with spears, so on the first round of combat they were strength 4. Really good. They had always strikes first, as I said with 8th. That was a really jammy rule. Also, the ruling about chariots in 8th was if they had these side scythes, these sort of big knives coming out the side of the wheels, they would get +1 impact hit as well, so they would get 7 effectively. But the High Elves didn't. They didn't have that. So in the new rules then, the chariots are 75 points. They've gone up 5 points. They've still got 6 impact hits, or D6 impact hits. And they also get the crew on top who have cavalry spears. This gives them +1 in the first round of combat. They get to come in a unit strength of 1 to 4 as well. So I'm really loving how these came out and looking forward to using them in a battle. There will be a battle report coming soon of this awesome battle that I had, and they fit right into my army. Look at that array on the battlements. So thanks for watching this video. Why not comment in the comments below, like this video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video soon.